This is Eric with Smoke and Chisel Designs. I haven't done a video in a while, so I decided to do a step-by-step, try to do a step-by-step video of me putting together my new STV CNC. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, just leave them at the bottom after the video. Thanks. All right, I'm not very good at this video stuff, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to try to walk you through the whole process. I just sold my Shapeoko that I've had for years because I wanted to go step up. So I bought a new CNC. It's a full 4x8 CNC. It's going to go right here in this spot. I'll walk you through the setup process of it. The CNC I decided to go with was an STV. They're out of Las Vegas. They've been doing plasma tables, not plasma, but the metal cutting tables. I guess it is plasma tables, plasma cutting tables for years. But within the last year or two, they've gotten into doing the router style CNC. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I unboxed the boxes that it came in. This came in the guide rails came in the long box. The rest of it came, I might add, very, very well packaged. Throughout, it got several boxes here. Got everything laid out here. I'm printing off you might be able to hear in the back, I'm printing off the instructions of how to start assembling it. And I'll start cutting everything open and seeing what all I got. And start putting it together. I'll let you know how it goes. We'll walk right along with me. All right, I'm back out here at the shop. Had to take a little break. Had a few things I had to do this morning, so I didn't get a chance to work on it this morning. So I'm back out here this afternoon, day 2. I got the parts unboxed, most of them unboxed. I got the frame roughed in. Basically, I got 2 bolts in each one of them just to see, make sure the footprint is right, make sure I have enough room to walk around it the whole way, but also that it doesn't take up a lot of my door when I get material dropped off and stuff like that. So far, other than the weight of it, which is very heavy, it has gone together pretty easily. I had to make some, because I'm a one-man shop doing it myself, I had to makeshift some support so I could help me hold it while I bolted everything together. But it's coming together pretty well. The directions that they sent with it are very, very good directions. So far, hasn't led me to believe that anything should be off. I've been following them pretty well, and it's been going very well. But this thing is very solid so far. I still got a lot of work to do, but so far so good. I just wanted to give you a little update and show you what it looks like at this point. It's all bolted together with pretty thick bolts. I don't know if you can see this or not, but pretty good sized bolts, washers and nuts and stuff like that. Everything you need to put it together. It's going together pretty well. That's all 9/16 wrench so far putting it together. I'll fill you in on how it goes from here out. These are the leveling feet that I put on. The rails. All right, still working on day 2. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought. Been having interruptions and everything, but I'm getting down to it. I got the bottom rails on, all the top rails up, everything's tight. I squared it up on the edges, just like the direction says. Got the runners rails mounted. Got the mount for the cable on this side. I believe there's probably going to be another one on the other side. but it's coming together pretty nicely. I got the leveling feet on. It's still solid. It's not gonna go anywhere. But just to be sure, after I get it done, I've already made up my mind. I'm gonna fill in this spot right here, put a board on there, and that's where I'm gonna stack my lumber and stuff like that, just for extra added weight to make sure it doesn't move. But so far, so good. I mean, it seems like a pretty good piece of equipment right now. Of course, I haven't got it running yet, but it's not going to be long. I'll let you know how it goes. We'll continue on. All right, it's day 3 of the build. I mean, it's the 3rd day I'm working on it, but it hasn't really taken that long. It's probably so far to get to the stage I'm in right now, which is the base done, the side rails on, the leveling feet on, everything squared up and tightened. I'm getting ready to put the gantry on it. So far up to this point, it's taken me about 8 hours. Now, keep in mind, I'm doing this by myself, so just keep that in mind. Also, because I'm doing it by myself, and I do most everything in the shop by myself, one of my best investments I've done is this adjustable Husky table. It's been indispensable in the shop, moving material around, moving finished products around, getting things in and out of the shop to be finished and stuff like that. So it has been a great tool. If you don't have one, I highly recommend you get one if you have the room for it. So right now, what is going on is I've measured from these to the top of the boards just to get it at a close proximity. So when I put it on there, I can align the bolts. Now, I do have some wedges just in case I need to raise it or lower, or raise it up just a little bit. I made sure that this was going to be a little tad bit lower, so that way I could raise it up, because it's always easier to go up than it is to go down. So I'm going to film the whole process, but I may not show the whole process because it's going to take me a while to get all this done. So here goes. Okay. Get this over close to the edge as I can. All right, I got it snug with 2 bolts in right now. I'm gonna put the rest of them in a minute, but I can already tell that the guide rails have slots where they're being held, so I can move it over a little bit, which I can tell already that I've got about a 1/16 of an inch gap that I'm going to have to adjust the rail to get it over and make sure the gantry's square and it can go back and forth without any problem. So for now, I'm going to put the rest of the bolts back in it, and then I'll square up the rails. And hopefully get back to you after I get that done. All right, I'm getting ready to put the stepper motors on the side. I've upgraded to the 34. It came stock with a 23, but I wanted a little bit bigger stepper motor, so I stepped up to the 24. I mean, sorry, 34. So I followed the instructions, which said that you cut 2 blocks of the same length, whichever's one of them. And what that does is make sure you put it on the correct teeth whenever you adjust it. Because right now I'm just putting it on there to hang until I get all the bolts on, all the nuts on it, and then I'll change it out and not change it out, but sorry, align everything up and tighten it up, and it should be in line. Now, one of the screws, the ones I'm putting in right now, this one's a little bit longer because I guess when the 23 sits right here and lines up with that, but the 24 or the 34 has a different bolt pattern, so they put a different bolt pattern in. I'm assuming these are gears inside of here that runs the sprocket. All right. Getting it snug. Before I put a final tightening on it, I will check the underneath and make sure that the gears are lining up correctly. And they are not. So I need to loosen it back up and put it in place. I think they're in place now. Let's take a look. Yes, they're in place now. As you can see, that's where the gears line up. And they're in place now. Those have been lined up. So I can go ahead and tighten it down now. Get that one. All right. They all seem to be tight, or snug, so tightening it down. All right, all tightened down. So right now, it should be, everything should be parallel. Everything should be in line. All right, same thing on this stepper motor, the one that operates on the gantry. We're just going to start bolting it in, and then I'll align everything, make sure it is in place. All right, it's kind of snug. sure the gears are right lined up. All right. All right, everything is lined up. The gears are lined up. It's installed. Just like on my Shapeokos when I had them. I will come in periodically and check to make sure all these bolts are still tight. Make sure everything's still in place. I mean, it's just like any other piece of equipment that you have. Everything has to be maintained. So I'll have some maintenance steps. I'll probably set up a schedule to do maintenance on it and do the maintenance pretty regularly, just to make sure everything stays nice and tight. Everything is where it's supposed to be.